Hello students, good evening to all of you. Welcome to Online Tayari. This is our session on daily current affairs. Okay, let us begin our class today. The first question we have. Recently, to which country India has handed over a consignment of disaster relief material? So you have four options. Try to eliminate the options as per you know. Okay. Here the right option is option B, Nepal. Okay, so it is on behalf of the Government of India, Deputy Chief of Mission of the Indian Embassy, Namgyal C. Kampa, passed the material to Chanda Chowdhury, the President of Nepal India Women Friendship Society. Okay, so what is the main agenda behind this, or what is the significance of this? It was given due to the recent destruction and loss of life caused by floods and landslides in various districts of Nepal. That is the first thing, okay? And the relief material, it includes tents, it includes plastic sheets for issuing to flood and landslide affected families. And also, this was distributed in affected districts such as Kailali, Mahotri, and you also have two other provinces in Salahi also, okay? So let us move to the second question. It's a statement-based question. So, with regards to the recent PM's three key projects of the petroleum sector, consider the following statements. So, we have three statements here. The first statement we have the 193-kilometer long. Keep a note of the words or the phrase which I'm underlining. So, these will be the explanative words that you will have to majorly concentrate on. Okay. So, this is a 193-kilometer long Durgapur Bhanka pipeline section is a part of the Paradip Haldia Durgapur pipeline augmentation project. The second statement, the LPG bottling plants will be opened in the East Champaran and Banka. The third statement, these projects have been declared in the state of West Bengal. So which of the statements are correct? It is option A, 1 and 2. Okay. So I'll tell you why this third statement is incorrect, because these projects have been declared in the state of Bihar, not in the state of West Bengal. So it is commissioned by the Indian Oil and HPCL and public sector undertakings under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. And the first two statement is absolutely right. Okay. So this is a 193-kilometer long project, pipeline, and this pipeline, it passes through West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Bihar. Okay, and this LPG storage. I'll come to the second point about the LPG bottling plants. So this LPG bottling plants, it will be opened in East Champaran and Banka. That is absolutely right. And this storage capacity is 1,800 tons, and the bottling capacity is 40,000 cylinders per day. And this plant, it can generate direct and indirect employment opportunities in Bihar. So the third question we have, so which of the following parliamentary committees has presented a report on functioning of the virtual courts proceedings? See, you have four options. The right option is option A, Committee on Personal Public Governance's Law and Justice. Okay. So they have presented this report, and what are the details about this report is that to proceed with virtual courts even in post-COVID scenario, that is the first thing. There'll be transferring of certain categories of cases like cases pertaining to traffic challenge or small offences from regular court to virtual courts will reduce the unresolved cases, right? And the one more thing is the data privacy and data security concerns should be addressed by the Ministry of Law and Justice and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, right? And I'll tell you about this committee. The committee, it is a parliamentary standing committee under the purview of Ministry of Law and Justice and Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions. Clear, students? Let me move to the fourth one. According to a recent study, which of the following basins is an excellent source of methane fuel? Okay, you have four options. So the right option is option B, Krishna Godavari Basin. I think you all know about this. So according to a recent study conducted by the researchers at the ARI, that is Agharkar Research Institute, Agharkar. So it is an autonomous institute of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The methane hydrate deposit in Krishna Godavari basin is a rich source that will confirm sufficient supplies of biogenic methane, which is a natural gas. So, what is the significance about this? It is that it is a very clean and economical fuel. It is approximated that 1 cubic meter of methane hydrate contains 160 to 180 cubic meters of methane, right? So I'll tell you one line about Krishna Godavari Basin as well. So it is a basin that is distributed over 50,000 square kilometer in the Krishna River and the Godavari River basins in Andhra Pradesh. Right? Clear? Moving to the next one. Which ministry has rejected the plea for of the Ministry of Mines to exempt it from paying NPV? What is NPV? That is net present value. It is option A, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So what is this NPV? I just told that it is a net present value. So what is this net present value? It is a monetary approximation of the value that is lost when a piece of forest land has been raised. Okay. So why was this exemption asked? That will be a question in your mind, right? It is that only about 1% of the area is converted to mining after exploration. Thus, the payment of this NPV is considered as an unnecessary expenditure. So, why was this rejected? Another question in your mind. That is, the Environment Ministry has rejected it as it could be very inappropriate to allow such an exemption. Dear students, moving to the next one. Which is the first union territory to be linked with grievance redress and monitoring system in India? Is option B, Jammu and Kashmir. So they will be providing the facility to the citizens to register a grievance online from any geographical location and keep a track of it. So what is the main significance of behind this? It is a pilot scheme for districts like Jammu and Kashmir and VSI. It will take place of the current portal launched by the government in 2018. Okay, so what is this centralized grams? So this means that it was developed by the National Informatics Center in collaboration with the Directorate of Public Grievances and Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. So this is nothing but centralized grants. Clear? Moving to the next one. Who has been selected as a celebrity advocate in India for children's rights campaign by UNICEF? It is option B. Ayushman Khurrana. So Ayushman Khurrana has been appointed as a celebrity advocate for children's rights campaign for every child of UNICEF India. So I'll give you a few details about it that he will be promoting and supporting UNICEF towards ending violence against children. He will work towards increasing awareness about this important issue significantly now with COVID-19 growing the risk of violence and abuse against children due to the extended lockdown and the socio-economic impacts of the pandemic, right? He will also join the likes of former football star David Beckham, who will work on this campaign globally. Clear, students? Moving to the next one. Which of the following government bodies has put limits on multi-cap funds? It is SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. So what is this multi-cap funds? So they are nothing but those which expand their investment into all the three categories like small, medium and large cap. Okay, so what are the alterations made by this? So under this multi-cap fund, a minimum investment of 65% in equities has been increased to invest a minimum of 75% of its total assets in equity, right? And the next one is minimum investment of 75% has been allotted between large cap companies, mid cap companies and small cap companies with minimum share of 25% in each. Clear? Moving to the ninth one. When is the Hindi Day celebrated annually in India? It is today, September 14th. So it's an annual day observed on September 14th, that's today, in Hindi speaking states of India to celebrate the adoption of Hindi as one of the official languages of India. So I'll tell you about this. It celebrates the adoption of Hindi in Devanagari script under Article 343, the 343 of the Indian Constitution as one of the official languages of India, right? So, Hindi was embraced as one of the two official languages of the Republic of India by Constituent Assembly of India. It was on the 50th birth of Rajendra Simha, who is also known as the illustrations in the original final manuscript of the Indian Constitution, that Hindi was adopted as the official languages of the Republic of India. Clear, students? Moving to the next one. Which country has been urged by the United Nations Security Council members to ensure Rohingya participation in elections? Very interesting question. So it is option C, Myanmar. So, eight members of the United Security Council, including France, Belgium, Germany, the Dominican Republic, Estonia, UK, US, and Tunisia, have urged Myanmar to ensure that Rohingya participate in the general elections scheduled to be held in November. So, what is the Rohingyas issue? It is an ongoing conflict in the northern part of Myanmar, Rakhine state, between Rohingya Muslim and Rohingya and Rakhine Buddhist communities. They have been spread over as refugees in countries like India, Bangladesh, and Malaysia. Okay, I'll tell you one line about UNSC as well. It is one of the six principal organs of the United Nations. It is mainly for ensuring international peace and security with its head office in New York, United States. Clear, students? So these are the 10 questions for today. Tomorrow I'll be coming up with another set of MCQs for you. Until then, stay tuned to Online Tayari.